Hey gang, welcome back to Tiger Dork Ramblings, Tiger Funk Productions. Sitting here with DMTVictor, Dominion Media Television. How we doing, Victor?
Hello, everyone. This is DMTV. It's great to be back. I am barely conscious, barely alive, but we've got some exciting news to talk about. Take it away, Tiger Mike.
Well, season 4 of Strange New Worlds is coming out, and so we wanted to do a little bit of a trailer reactions, to do some season theories, and then maybe even
Casey.
dive in. There's some news that has been lighting, the Trek world on fire about a specific character who's going to be included into season 4 of Strange New Worlds, apparently, despite the youth of this character at the present time of the show. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And also the Fantasy League, because we're going
Fantasy
to be
League is
setting up
back.
the
Yes.
Fantasy League will be back. And I think as we get across season 4, there is some potential for some serious loss here, gang.
Uh-huh.
So that's just Tiger Mike's opinion, but we'll get into that later. We're going to
Yeah.
start off by watching the trailer, and I've
So
seen
for
it,
those
but
for those who don't know, real quick, first for those who don't know, the Fantasy League is something that I've been hosting every year on Dominion Media Television, Facebook.com/Dominion Media TV. If you're familiar with fantasy football, it's basically fantasy football but Star Trek. Daisy, calm the hell down. She's really excited about season 4, as you can tell. But
absolutely, we
yeah.
all are.
So the way it works is you will all have a roster of characters, Kirk, Spock, Una, it's Kirk, Pike, Spock, Una, uh, Scotty, Uhura, all your favorites, and you draft a team. It'll probably be a team of 3. I'll have to comb over and update the rules, but the
And you'll
rules change
have
a
your
little bit each year.
main
Yeah.
cast
Yeah, you
and your
got your main
guest
character, your support
cast
character,
and
and your
your,
guest
yeah.
star. Yeah, so you draft the team of 3 or 4 characters, and then as you watch the episode, you keep track of points. There's a whole point scoring system whenever a character uses a phaser, whenever a character gets
I really want
transported.
to help you go over the points for this year, Victor. Last
Yeah,
year was a bit of a mess, so we're gonna
it
have to
was
do
a
some prep
fucking
work
mess
here.
last year, but hey, I'm in a much better place now. My life is not quite as chaotic, believe it or not. I mean, I've got this squeaking llama attacking
Yeah,
me
but
right
that's
now. But
chaotic good
yeah,
right there.
it is chaotic good. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm like, oh, it's so much fun. I want to do a fantasy league for Star Trek, and I couldn't find one anywhere, so I was just like, well, fuck it, I'll just host one. And it's been a lot of fun ever since. So I need to go back and figure out who won last season. Just it's a yeah. And what I've done previously is whoever wins, I go on Cameo, and I find a Star Trek actor to give him a shout out to say congratulations. So it's just a little fun, but it's mostly for bragging
Yeah.
rights. So
Hey, that's a
Daisy,
pretty
calm
cool
down.
thing.
Yeah, last year it was, or the last. I need to update last year, last season before last. Sorry, I'm running on very little sleep, but hey, it's okay. It was what's her name? The actress who voices Mariner from Lower Decks. She did
Oh, nice.
she did the shout out for the winner. It
That's
was actually
awesome.
pretty hilarious because she was she was like mentally trying to figure out. She's like, wait, so this is fantasy football with Star Trek? Oh, okay, I get it. It was pretty hilarious. It's still on the site if you go into the videos folder, but it's fun to watch. Anyway,
Nice.
God, I'm rambling. Yeah, lack of sleep, chaotic Daisy attacking me here with the llama. And but yeah, I have not seen the new trailer yet. I know a few things about it. I've seen clips here. I mean, seen little blips here and there. Like all I know is season 4 has got a space dragon at some point.
Yeah. Yep.
Got a fucking space dragon. And is our boy what's his name? Detective Miller from The Expanse. He's supposed to play Bones. Have you heard about that?
Oh,
Yeah. I don't
um,
remember.
God damn
Tom
it,
Jane, that's his name.
yes.
Well, screw it. Let's look it up right now. Tom
Tom
Jane.
Jane. Well, that'll be very interesting. I love Tom Jane. Tom Jane as Bones would be pretty fucking awesome. I would be stoked for that. Um, And
Well,
so
it
we're gonna
looks
go ahead.
like okay, so it looks like so hmm.
Was that just a fan casting?
No, it's confirmed on IMDb, so that's pretty solid.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
IMDb. No one can edit
but
IMDb.
yeah, but it's if you just Google Thomas Jane Strange New Worlds, it says he's going to portray Bones in the fifth season. So
Okay.
not this
Hey,
season.
that's cool too.
And
But
also Sulu is coming in on the fifth season.
good.
So yeah.
Well, but
Uh,
that also see that oh, and I always forget her name. She flies the ship.
oh oh right, Ortegas, yeah. She
Ortegas. Okay,
yeah.
so I was
She
yeah.
oh,
So
Ortegas does
Ortegas
not
is
have any
gonna
plot armor. So she could very
yeah,
well
and that's a big risk with your fantasy league choices, people. That's
yeah.
all I'm saying. So, I think that one of the categories should be people with plot armor, people without
Yep.
plot armor for
Yeah,
your team, you know?
that's what I did once. I don't know if
All
it was
right.
this last season, but yeah.
So,
Because we knew Uhura, Spock, Kirk, of course, both Kirks,
Pike,
Pike
technically,
for the most part.
for the he
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
He's beeping one and beeping
Um,
two for yes and no, but
right. But characters like Una, her fate
Una
is
on the
ambiguous.
chopping block.
Yeah. Ortegas definitely
We know
who are the
Sam is
others?
gonna end up dying at a
But not
later
for
point,
not
but
for a few years.
he's got plot armor for now.
Let's see.
Um, we haven't even seen the new bartender, so we'll see how that goes.
We know Chapel
She's
survives.
serving at the wedding on the space station with, she
Yeah,
has 4
who
hands or
knows
whatever fucking going on.
if she's gonna even come back for this season. But damn it, what are the other characters? I just thought
Scotty,
of it. Scotty's gonna live. Pella. We don't
Pella. Oh,
Pelia.
yeah.
She's up in the air.
Yeah,
Um,
and she's an old one already, so we hope that she doesn't die because, like, maybe
right.
she's just like, "Hey, I'm sick of all this crazy shit. I'm gonna go to a place where my chances of survival are a lot higher."
um, let me
But
see.
yeah,
Hang
we
on.
don't have to go over the whole
Okay, yeah,
list
we don't
now,
have to go over the
but,
whole thing. So
um,
let's take a look at this trailer then.
yeah, let's jump
Let's
right
see
into
what we
this,
got.
y'all.
He's having a talk with Kirk. Hopes and dreams.
Dreams.
Life.
I believe you are here so I can share them with you.
Black hole. Uhura's got a drone.
Ooh. SOS
King dinosaur. Okay.
facing the finest crook
T-Rex, baby. There's a
She
dragon.
said the thing.
ever seen.
Hold up.
Hey,
Hold up.
that's the
What?
name of this show.
Oh my god. I was like, did Uhura just kiss Scotty? I'm like, oh wow. That's the You know what? I like that because that was one of the few Wow. I was gonna say that I had to pause that. I was like, Uhura kissed Scotty. That's
Well,
awesome. That's cool because I like that because that's a ship that I ship. And one of the few good things about Star Trek V was like the very brief, never mentioned again romance between Scotty and Uhura.
yeah, I will say I think Star Trek 5 gets a lot of undeserved hate, but
What's
I
deserved.
understand there are a lot of deserved hates that go toward it, and that is so. But I think some of them are just, it's not as bad. I have always enjoyed Star Trek 5, but
You
for
weirdo.
reasons, dude, the speech about pain alone is just a great moment. All right, I
Okay.
need my pain.
You have questionable tastes. I accept you for who you are. You're still my friend. That's fine. You can, yeah. I mean, you don't like Faith of the Heart, so it's clear you don't have Faith of the Heart if you like Star Trek
No, I
5.
don't need Faith of the Heart because I have plenty of love for the series anyway. And
Yeah.
honestly, and my faith has dwindled since that series came out because nothing has been better than the things that preceded it. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. honestly, I feel Daisy, calm the fuck down. God. I feel like Strange New Worlds is definitely the best of everything that's come
I
after
agree with
Enterprise.
that, and
Yeah.
I have enjoyed pretty much everything because I don't really count Section 31 movie.
God,
But if we are
I
counting
keep
Section
forgetting that
31 movie,
happens.
I don't like it. I was not very enthused about that. Pretty much everything else I have enjoyed in one way or another. Season 1 of Discovery is probably the hardest thing to have enjoyed out of all of those things, beside from Section 31. But I believe that Discovery got better every season, and there are some really
Yeah.
great episodes and moments in Discovery, and I don't dislike that
I really
series.
wanted it to be good, and I was super excited when I first heard about it. But yeah, I mean, if anything, it's just what the real what's the term I'm looking for? Litmus test, I think, is what I've gone back and rewatched. Like
Yeah,
I've rewatched DS9 so many times, and I will continue to
so
rewatch it so
many
many times.
times. I'm
I can't bring
rewatching
myself
DS9
to.
right now. I just
Yeah.
finished Next Generation, and when that's done, I'm going back into Voyager, baby, and then
Oh yeah.
woo-hoo, we do it all over again.
But like it's it feels like emotional labor, just the thought of going back and watching Discovery again. It's just
I
too
would
much,
watch
It's
Discovery again with Lindsay, right? My partner. I would
yeah.
watch to bring her in so I could get her reactions. It would be a lot of fun to live stream that.
But yeah.
And we would invite you if we were going to do something like that. But
That'd be
because
awesome.
then she gets because I watch so much Star Trek that she now knows the episodes I'm talking about when I tell her what's going on in the episode. She almost
Awesome.
another year or two and she'll start remembering specific episode names, I guarantee you. But that's only for the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, because those are the three that I watch around and around again. Um, but I agree that Strange New Worlds has been the best series. I think Lower Decks is
Mhm.
certainly tied or number two there. I really think that this whole 5 season and you get blipped is a mistake
Yeah.
on the part of Paramount. But as we're seeing right now,
Well,
they're
it's
kind
not.
of nuking their entire Star Trek franchise
Yeah.
as a whole
I
to
hope someone else picks up Star Trek, and not Disney, but somebody else gets a hold of it.
All
I
right, so I'm never gonna not propose that we, the fans, and the actors and the big like crew members and people who have like the artistic directors and all the people who have been with Star Trek for a long time in terms
Mhm.
of in Hollywood, I think we should all band together. Come
And
on,
buy Star
Jangles,
Trek.
trying to kill. We, as the fans and the people, the actors and the crew and artists involved, should band together and buy Star Trek, and then work with, a smaller production company, something like, um, oh yeah, Ron Perlman. And I can't remember what the name he started with. It's basically a bunch of actors and producers and people who didn't want to be kind of in that Hollywood
Mhm.
elitist environment where it's all this, depending on if this person likes it, if they think it's going to make money, all these other things. They've started a production company, and partnering with a group like them, I think would be a great choice where we could write the
Yeah,
things.
independent. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, next time there's a fucking SAG strike, sorry. After the aftermath of the last one, I was very disappointed. I'm just going to say, no, don't strike, quit.
Yeah.
The companies need you more than they than you need them.
Well,
Fuck
yeah.
striking, quit, start your own thing. It's like, oh no, we're gonna sue you. How? You can't even pay you can't afford lawyers, you can't pay for your IPs. So it's like, fuck it, just take it anyway. Just take Star Trek and do it and be like, bitch, what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah. Well, that is the other thing is as long as you can fall within the classification of a fan film. So for Star Trek, that means under 15
Yeah,
minutes.
it's
But
stupid.
if you can make something that just knocks
Yeah,
it out of the park, to sit there and say, nope, these guys are fucking up. I know what the fuck to do.
Mhm.
and check it out. Here we
If it's
go.
quality, yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna get started on it, but 'cause
But
that's just gonna irritate me. Anyway, so
that
let's talk
trailer,
about.
that trailer looked pretty fucking great.
Yeah, it's pretty epic. You know, I have mixed feelings about the previous season. I feel like it was kind of all over the place. This trailer seems like this season's going to be a little more coherent, and it looks like they're really leaning into the original series vibe of just this. They're really leaning into the strange of the strange new worlds. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, Star Trek started out with giant green space hands and floating Abraham Lincoln. So,
But that's
so
why I feel like season 3 kind of honored that in a strange way, to be like, we are literally just kind of making it up as we go along. Here's something weird. Here's something weird that's totally different. Here's something completely unexpected.
Mhm.
And that was what the original series was by far. You have no idea who you're going to see in the next episode. It could be, Abraham Lincoln. It could be, like you said, it could be a giant fleshlight floating around in space. The planet destroyer, obviously. It's so.
There's on one of my favorite morning shows. This guy has a Mandela effect thing going on where he swears there was an episode of Star Trek: The Original Series where Abraham Lincoln kills Hitler.
That
It's-
sounds like a
that sounds
magnificent
it,
fever dream.
yeah, it sounds like something that could happen, but no,
It
never
definitely
happened.
could have happened. It sounds like he watched the Abraham Lincoln and the Nazi World episode
Yeah.
back to back. But who knows? There's lots of crazy things, and maybe he's from an alternate dimension, or hey, maybe
Yeah.
somebody changed the past, and we don't
Mhm.
remember it.
So let's now
Talk
that I
about the
got you
news.
here and got here and I'm awake, let's come up with a roster for the fantasy league.
Okay, well, wait a second. I
Huh?
do want to talk about the news before we get into the fantasy league, but I'm right there
Okay.
with you. We'll be right behind on that. But apparently, during an interview with SFX magazine, showrunner Henry Alonzo Myers revealed that season 4 episode will see Kirk interacting with his son David Marcus. So we
Okay,
don't
so David
know.
Marcus is definitely confirmed. Okay.
Right. So we don't know if Carol Marcus is going to be in the episode. I would
I hope
imagine,
so.
but
Yeah.
I would hope so too. But it doesn't necessarily give that specific information. Um, and a lot of people are saying that, oh, well, they're retconning it. Oh, well, that's not how it is in the movie. And he's like, actually,
It's pretty
we have
vague
no
in the movie.
information to confirm
Yeah.
or deny that, and I just watched it, a little while before hopping on because I wanted it to be fresh in my mind. But Kirk's reaction is like, oh my God, that's David. He didn't need to be told he was
Right.
David. Carol
Yeah.
just had to tell David, stop. You are
Uh-huh.
making this so much harder than it needs to be. And then Kirk immediately puts it together and goes, because he's like, I'm Dr. Marcus. And so Kirk goes, oh shit, this is my
Yeah.
fucking son. He
Yeah.
knows who David is. He was not unaware of David. And so I feel like this, and he was mentioned, or sorry, Carol was mentioned peripherally, in the episode where La'an goes back in time and then talks to Kirk later, and he's like, "Yo, yeah, well, I'm in this complicated relationship, but she's pregnant." Um, and so you assume that's Carol Marcus, so he knows, but basically, it sounds like she was like, "You're gonna go off and live your space cowboy life, and that's fine. Imma keep this kid, okay? So you let me take care of everything, and you fly off and have a good time." So it is strange, and I really don't like the original series Kirk's complete lack of emotion for his family. Like when his
Yeah.
brother dies and like all of these things that he just kind of so passively talks about in the original
Mm.
series. And that's not Shatner's fault. They didn't put the time in for the writing because that was all
Right.
peripheral. Nobody cares. This show's going to be forgotten about in 10 years. Uh, Guess what? That didn't happen. So now we're still talking about it. 60 years later, happy birthday, Star Trek. Um, so yeah, this is pretty exciting news. What do you think?
I think I'm sorry, I'm distracted making my roster here. But yeah, I would love to see David Marcus. He's an underutilized character.
The toddler. So it's not like he's gonna
Yeah,
be
he's
great
gonna be
actor
really
or
young,
anything.
right?
Not gonna have
Uh
a lot of heavy dialogue.
and also uh one thing I think would be really awesome to explore is the mirror universe David Marcus. That I would love to see that at some point.
Yeah,
I think
that
that
would
would
be
make for
interesting.
a great storyline.
I
Anyway,
think
but
they're gonna
that's
have to save that for the comics just
right.
because like it's it's kind of I don't know. The mirror universe
Yes.
at this point is so for especially for this period in time, just stay the fuck away from it, guys. For the TOS era, they gotta leave that shit alone. I
Yeah.
think a post DS9 era mirror universe, and I don't know if you guys have read the comics. In the comics, there is a story about mirror universe Picard
Right.
basically rising to power with an Enterprise Galaxy X class starship.
Ah.
And then there's he tries to do some cross universe manipulation and some bullshit. I have a way better version that I was writing before this comic came out. Just my own little fanfic projects that never get finished. But it is just like, man, the mirror universe is a lot of fun until they actually canonize those things. Because God, the people making Star Trek right now are just like it's so close to good, but it's just not quite there. It's like when you're hanging a painting and you know that it's cockeyed and you just decide to fix it later,
Right.
you know? But yeah, getting to know the mirror universe, David Marcus would be interesting. I don't know if you know
Yeah.
this. The mirror universe, Wesley
I
Crusher
agree. I
becomes
would
emperor.
Oh, yes, in Star Trek Online. I think that's
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
yeah,
And I think it was spoiled for me, but this was God, was like 5, 6, 7 years ago. But you find out like when you play that mission line in Star Trek Online, spoiler alert if you haven't played it, but it's been out for this particular mission has been out for at least 6 years. Uh, when you play that storyline where you meet Mirror Universe Wesley Crusher and he's the evil dictator, his second in command is your character, which I
oh,
think
nice.
is a really cool plot twist. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's some really cool shit that happens with Star Trek Online. I just
I
wish
wish I had the gumption to play Star Trek Online. I just
it just
ORPGs are hard,
I
and I'd
might
rather play Baldur's Gate 3 with some friends.
I might have talked about this before, but it's just too fucking expensive, man. It's a free to play game that's too expensive. And it's the amount of money that they charge for their fucking ships and their loot boxes is just obscene.
Yeah.
It's like as bad as War Thunder, and I don't understand it. I feel like if they made the shit a lot cheaper, they would actually make more money because more people would be willing to spend their disposable income on like a ship for $2 or $3, not 50 fucking dollars for a spaceship, you know?
Yeah.
But
If I'm
anyway,
spending $50 for a spaceship, it better be a fucking, like,
I
high
better get a
detail
physical
Eagle
model in the
Moss.
mail.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, an Eagle Moss fucking
Uh-huh.
model, like, to
Yeah.
scale, or, I mean, maybe, I
Because
don't
there's
know.
no, I've ranted
Not
about
to
this
scale,
before,
obviously, but,
but
like
when you're selling digital goods, you have zero, close to zero production costs. So
yeah.
you're fucking paying, you're paying for a glorified copy and paste. There's no
If they
reason to
lowered
price
the price
gouge.
gate if they lowered the price gate to something like $3 a ship, I guarantee you they would triple their fucking player base,
Mm-hmm.
and then people would be buying more ships. So instead of one person buying 1 to 3 starships over their entire play career, if they have the money and want to do that, you would have people buying new ships all the fucking time. It would be like Pokemon for Star Trek.
Right.
And then people would be comparing, oh, I have this version of this ship and this fucking all of that variation would come into play. And then I'm sure they have a PvP where you can go up against other ships and stuff like that because they would be dumb not to.
Yeah, no,
And if
they
they
do. I
don't, they
remember
fucking
the
should. So that you can
yeah.
just even if it's simulated battle, whatever.
Mhm.
But like yeah. Anyway, the whole gaming industry is fucked, but that's a
Yeah.
conversation for another day.
Yeah, yeah. I've been playing so much MechWarrior in my spare time. That's my original
Yeah.
love is well, that's Star Trek is older, but when I became a very young teenager, I discovered
Gaming
MechWarrior
is
Battletech.
different,
But anyway, yeah.
especially for Star Trek. Like if you're playing a
Yeah.
Star Trek game, it probably sucked, even if it was good. Even if it was good,
There's a lot of Star Trek games out there. There's not a lot of good Star Trek games out
yeah,
there.
honestly, I think some of the best are Armada, the Armada series, and the Elite
Yeah.
Force series.
Hey, another shout out to Star Trek Resurgence.
Yes,
If you could still get a hold of it somehow, if you haven't played it yet, dude, it's such a good. Well, it's not a good game. The
it's not a
gameplay
good
is
game.
eh, it's meh, but the story is fucking
The
amazing.
story,
This
Mama
honestly,
Maddaleone.
it honestly feels like I wish they would turn it into an HBO miniseries because it's just so fucking good.
Honestly,
Damn,
I
you
think
get
animated series are great, right? Because then they could
yeah,
take
that
all
too.
the
Yeah.
dialogue and just
Mhm.
fucking slap it on an animated thing, and boom, there you
Yeah.
go. You have a fucking mini movie for Star Trek that streamers are gonna want to watch.
Mhm.
Come on, Paramount Plus, it's not that
Yeah.
fucking
Have
hard.
have you played Resurgence yet?
No, but we did
We
go
sh
over it during
Yeah, we should,
a
dude,
episode.
we should do a let's play with
I would,
get your your real-time reaction. That'd be amazing.
I'm definitely
So
down for that.
so anyway, I'm just
Um,
gonna go over my rough draft here, and
Yeah, and
so
as we're
here's the
talking about the fantasy league, we could talk about some theories we might have for some of these characters and where
yeah.
they might end up being.
So for the team leaders, we're just gonna go back to the big three. You have your choice. You pick either Pike, Spock, or Una as your team captain. Then you're gonna
Do
pick
you think
two.
Kirk should be a team captain? Because I feel like
He is pretty much a regular
he's a
character
main
now.
cast character
Yeah,
now.
he was in. I don't know how many. Okay, you know what? Let me pull
I
up
believe he
IMDb.
was in 4 or 5 of the 10 episodes last season.
All right, okay, scroll down. 30. Okay, okay. See, out of the 32 episodes that we have had of Strange New Worlds so far, he has been in 9 of them.
Okay, but he
That's
also
fucking
wasn't
wild.
in the first season at all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
So
that's
for when he was introduced as a character, I believe that was season 2 towards the end. So season 3, I agree it doesn't make sense for him to be
he
a
was
team
in.
leader.
Oh shit, was he introduced in season 1? Yeah,
Was
he
he?
was introduced in season 1. It
Okay.
was the finale of season 1,
All
Quality of
right.
Mercy, yeah, with the Romulans.
And then
And
how many
then
episodes of season 2 was he in? 3 or
let's
4?
see. Man, okay, hang on. Let's see. The end charades, Lost in Transit. Okay, so he was in Tomorrow.
This research is brought to
Well,
you by
yeah.
marijuana.
Well, let me just pull up his easier way to do this. Okay. Paul Wesley. Ah, damn it. Okay. So he was in 1 episode in season 1, 3 episodes in season 2, and then 4
5 episodes.
episodes.
4 episodes in
Yeah.
season.
So,
So I think
he
in this season, he will be in more episodes than he is not in. But that
yeah,
doesn't
still
mean that he necessarily needs to be a team leader.
yeah,
I'm just
he's
throwing
gonna
that
he's
in
gonna
my
be in
hat,
the
throwing his hat in.
supporting yeah, the support character. So
Well, that's
first
the thing is based on what the showrunner was saying, especially talking about bringing Kirk's son David Marcus in to the show. Um, even if it's just in a one scene, right? Like
Yeah.
what that's telling us is, first of all, we've seen Kirk a lot in the trailer for the season.
Yeah.
And even through subtext, but I think they've also directly said that they are pivoting to include more Kirk so that it sets up the original series. And
Right.
so in season 5, it'll be like this whole thing with Pike happens and Kirk ends up with the Enterprise at the end of season 5. Um, I just think that's kind of what they're going for. So maybe it's season 5 that he's a team leader, but I think it's on the table.
Yeah. 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 For this season, though, he's going to be a crew member. So
Yeah,
you
I
got
think
your
that's fair.
yeah. It's going to be you pick one captain, 2 crew members, and then a guest star. Or do I want to do 2 guest stars? We had 2 guest stars last time, so
I
if it's
think
in
2
the
guest stars is good
yeah.
because you're gonna have guest stars who are in one episode, who aren't in
Mhm,
other episodes, and
right.
then so you get 2 of those. They're kinda like your special team.
Right. So we got okay. Here's
That fucking mosquito. Good.
good job. So for the crew, I've got Scotty, Pelia, Uhura, Mbenga, Laan, Ortegas, James Kirk, George Kirk, Chapel, and okay, I wrote down Scotty twice. But
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty, I think that's everyone. But I'll confirm this when I go to the actual
Yeah.
spreadsheet. And now I'm thinking for guest stars, it's going to be a longer roster, of course. But I've got David Marcus, Carol Marcus, Sarek, T'Pring, Cybok, Mabenga's daughter. I
Wait,
forgot her
what?
name.
They're actually gonna
Cybok.
have Cybok?
I hope so. I'm putting him on there because I hope so, because Cybok was teased at the end of that one episode where
Okay, but I don't think
yeah,
they're gonna I mean,
we
maybe.
saw the episode
That was
ended.
season
The
2, and they didn't
episode
do
ended
anything.
with Spock saying, because Captain Angel, it was the episode where Captain Angel got away, and then you find out that Captain Angel's lover is Cybok.
Right.
And that's what Spock mentions and is like, my half-brother Cybok. And then that episode ends with a camera shot of Cybok, but he's looking out the window. You don't actually see his face.
Right, because they
So,
didn't pick an actor for it, but they
right.
also didn't follow it up. That was in season 2. They didn't
I'm
follow it up at
hoping
all
I'm
in
hoping
season
that's a
3.
teaser for a follow-up. So
Okay, well, I'm just
don't shit on
wondering.
my dreams, damn it.
I'm
You don't
absolutely
have to pick
not.
him. He's just
I'm
going on
not.
the
Hey,
roster.
I'm not hating on Cybok. I was
Hey,
just trying to
you're the guy who
verify.
likes Star Trek 5. Okay.
Exactly. I'm just trying. See, when you said Cybok, I thought he was on a list for guest stars in the season, named
No, I'm
character,
just
and I
saying,
was like, "What?
he's technically already been on the show. We just didn't get
No,
to
you can't
see, he
count
didn't have any
that.
speaking lines.
That's
He was
like
technically
Thanos
on the
at the end
screen.
of the fucking Avengers, or or not Avengers,
Yeah.
at the end of like one of the first movies in the MCU, and they're just like, dude, all right, like, yeah, it was
Yeah.
at the end of Avengers. Um, and he's just
Right.
like, okay, well, and then it ends up leading to Thanos being the big baddie in the Infinity Saga. They had no plan for that. I got excited and I wanted to know if it was a verified thing or it's a guess. And
Yeah.
I think it's a
I
wonderful.
hope
I
so.
hope they do.
I hope
I
we
would
get a
love to
Cybok
see
story.
Cybok.
That would be great. Yeah, because
Yes.
it fits. They could do it. They just, don't have Kirk in this episode. And because Kirk didn't know about Cybok, so you could just have Kirk
Right.
off doing whatever somewhere else.
To
And
have
then,
Kirk in more
yeah.
than 5 or 6 episodes limits the Enterprise's ability to be in strange new places.
Yeah, and it's always like
Because he's not a crew
there's a
member.
really good meme where Pike is all just like Kirk, why are you always on my ship?
Why are you always on my fucking ship, dude? Like, I do think they have used, I mean, and I think it's good that they only did like 3 and then 4 episodes that he was in. It'll probably be 4 or 5 episodes for this season, I think would be the maximum appropriate. But some of those episodes are going to focus on him specifically, and I think 1 or 2 of
Did,
those is fine.
yeah. Did you know that it's a piece of trivia I read somewhere, but one of the original options, the casting the director was considering for the role of Sybok was Sean Connery.
Spock. We must talk.
Yes,
Very important.
What does God need with a starship?
There can only be one emotional Vulcan.
Going to Shakari. It belongs in a museum. So anyway, but it would have been good, but God, that actor that played Sybok, that was his. If you look on IMDb, he really didn't do a whole lot much else, but he did such a good
Yeah.
job, dude. That he did
And
such a
I really
memorable
did
performance.
enjoy that whole aspect of, okay, here's a Vulcan who rejected
Yeah,
the restriction of logic and embraced his emotional side. Also, obviously, has spent years taming that side and tempering it into a tool instead of being run by his emotions, right? But somehow that makes him susceptible to this telepathy from this being in a very similar way that Spock was susceptible to V'ger.
yeah.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, Cybok, for some reason, so there's something about Sarek's genes. He had something in his semen that was just otherworldly for two of his kids to be contacted by galactic beings, right? Anyway, I don't know, but obviously Sarek had some secret sauce going on. Um, but yeah, so I would love to see Cybok. I think he is a wonderful character. I think they would have a hard time doing too much. And I don't know, I don't even know if they could really touch Spock and Cybok actually seeing each other because it has been so long in Star Trek 5 for Spock since he's seen or heard anything about Cybok.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this is all just speculation. It probably won't even happen, but I'm holding out hope.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So let's see what else could be another fun theory for the
so
season.
hold on. So hold on. So that's so far on my guest star roster, yeah, we had Cybok. Also,
I think
I'm
Dr.
thinking
Carol Marcus and her son David should
Yeah.
count as one
one
entity.
character. Okay. Well, okay. I've also got Rukia, Mabenga's daughter, who turned into a Q last time we saw her. I really hope she comes back again. Hemmer, I hope there's positive. I'm a Hemmer hopeful.
You're a hemorrhoid is what you are.
I hope Hemmer comes back. And in that trailer, I'm going to go back and pause it, but we did see what appeared to be an Anar or an Andorian holding a phaser. So I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah,
Captain
no, I'm pretty
Batel,
sure that was like some Andorian special commandos,
yeah.
kind of like
Well,
Strand and the
yeah,
Imperial
I'll go back and
Guard.
check. Captain Batel, did I don't remember exactly her fate, and I know she turned into a statue of some kind or something at the end of.
She
might
is
come
that
back.
immortal being,
Yeah.
the gatekeeper, whatever it was.
So I mean, it's definitely possible she could return for a guest. It's not outside the realm of Star Trek possibilities, you know.
It is not, but it would be, I think it's statistically unlikely based on how Hollywood works, right?
But
So
yeah, that's
they
true.
probably had her on for so many episodes. And when you have characters who are on, you these days it seems, and I could be wrong about this, but it seems like they want to contract actors for a few episodes to get some better value out of their, and have a character that isn't just a one-off. And so for this season, they would have to make it a one-off because they did a great job of tying up their whole story. And like, we just
That is
spent a
true.
life together. We have all of these. This is what our life would have been like if you didn't have that accident and if I didn't have to do this.
That is true. It did
And
wrap up her story
so I
pretty
feel like
well.
it would
So
kind of just take a little bit
yeah,
away from that.
it would. You're 100% right. I was just thinking of like, well, they brought Tasha Yar back, of course, but her storyline needed proper closure.
She
You know,
could
she
show up
needed better.
in the form of a flashback. I
That's
think
true.
that
Yeah. And
that would
that's
be
the whole point of the guest star category, is
right.
it's just something
Yeah.
extra to put on there that may or may not get you extra points.
And that is why I think that Carol Marcus and David Marcus should be the same, because if they are in anything, it's going to be one episode, and they might be in for a couple of scenes tops.
Yeah.
I really doubt that they're going to be if they're, and they would be as a pair is kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What affects one is going to directly affect
Mhm.
the other, and then they're going to disappear at the same time. So
Yeah. So anyway, so rounding out the rest of my guest star list, Mitchell, she kind of started out as a series regular, but she didn't have a whole lot of episodes last season, and it's getting less and less each season. So I don't know if she's even going to be in this season. But then
I
Robert
would
April,
say she's probably going to be on the chopping block, if anything.
yeah,
If
that's
they,
why she's moved to guest star.
I think that's
Uh,
fair. I agree
yeah.
with that.
Right, we know Robert April is definitely going to be at least in one episode.
Yeah, but did they change the actor for April, or
Yeah, that's ambiguous. I hope they didn't recast him,
I
but
think
it might be.
that he is. Well, let me just take a quick look, because the actor who was in that, I think Robert April was the original actor, was in one scene shot, and then in another shot, it was the actor who was the inventor of the Cyberdyne processing chip for the Terminators in Terminator
Yeah.
2. Dyson. I can't remember the actor's name, but
Yeah.
so okay.
Well, either way.
Strange New Worlds. What's his name? Robert April?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's set to return in season 4. So the
Okay.
same the original actor Adrian Holmes. So why does it have a picture of oh my god. Odin, who played Odin? Come on, my brain
Oh,
is just not. Hawkins.
Hannibal.
Yeah. No, not Hawkins. God
Right.
damn it.
Yeah, I know who you're thinking of. Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, Hopkins. Yeah.
Oh
and there's
man,
a
Anthony
picture of him-
Hopkins would be great for Star Trek,
There's a
man.
picture of him that comes up for Adrian Holmes's name, but it's because he's in a video right next to his profile picture. IMDb, you got to get your shit straight, because you're basically saying that
Quit
Anthony
using
Hopkins
AI for
is
everything. Damn
Adrian
it.
Holmes, but they do both have an AH. So,
Mhm.
I understand your confusion. Anyway, so obviously, all right, now we got to check Terminator 2 cast. All right, Joe Morton, who plays Miles
Yeah.
Dyson, is going to be in this season. So he
Okay.
obviously will be another admiral, separate from Robert April, which is great. I always worry, just because when sometimes they'll do an actor change because an actor passes away or something
Yeah.
like that, and I'm glad that's not the case. I'm glad that he's still in the show,
Mhm.
because I think his character is awesome and the actor does a great job.
I I wrote a comic a while back. Strange New Worlds first came out. I think it was after we wrapped up season 1. It's about like how Star Trek admirals have a reputation for being evil,
Yep.
or going off the rails. And it's like, after seeing what Kirk and the Enterprise put April through, can you blame them? It's like they stole the ship. They murdered the Klingon ambassador who was there for peace talks.
Dude, yeah, man. The Admiralty kind of.
Anyway, it just, all this shit just kept on happening, and
Well,
it's just like,
I do think it kind of makes sense, though, in a really fucked up way, because think about Captain Maxwell from from the episode of The Next Generation, where he's going on this fucking war against the Cardassians because he knows they're setting up a fucking invasion point.
Right. Yeah.
And he's just like convinced of it, and he's pretty much right. He's proven that he's probably right. But think about the ones like that is the outlier in terms of his behavior. He was fucking pushed to a point where he knew this shit was going to happen again, so he went on a fucking rampage to stop it. Most captains would have a bit more restraint and not go on that rampage, but have all that emotional rage. And then when
Mhm.
they become the people who are in control of the actual, like, how fleets are distributed, the missions that these ships are going on, that they would end up being a little bit more aggressive than they were as captains.
Mm.
And it kind of, because they're losing control, but they have more control at the same time. They're not the one doing the action, but they're the ones who are assigning these things to get done.
Mm.
So I don't know. I think it kind of makes
Yeah.
sense that Starfleet admirals end
I'll
up being pricks.
yeah, I'll have to find that. I'll go find that comic and repost it because that was a good
Yeah.
one. So anyway, okay, so rounding out the rest of the list, Robert April, Captain Angel, Dr. Corby, Manu Singh, Lon's brother. I also have a theory that he might be still alive, probably dead, but he showed
Right.
up quite a bit. The three-armed bartender and Amanda Grayson. So that's a pretty good long list of possible guest stars.
I think
So
Amanda Grayson's likely. I hope the
she,
three-armed bartender comes back
yeah,
only because
hmm
I fucking hate the fact that they gave her a job and then we never see her
yeah,
again.
we never see her
Just
again. They're
fucking
always
have her
like,
in the
hey,
background at the very
yeah.
least. But no, all the bartenders on the Enterprise never ended up being her. Give me a
Let
fucking
me
break.
see. Let me just scroll through and you just let me know if you think I should add any of these
Yeah.
characters. Let me see. Previous guest stars that we've had. Let's see. Mariner and Boimler.
No.
There's no way they're coming back. Yeah.
No.
Pike's what's her name? Pike's redheaded girlfriend who lived in the city that sacrificed kids. Alora.
Right.
That's yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
nah.
think she's now. Nira Kito. She was Una's lawyer in that one episode. I don't think
Yeah, I
she's coming
doubt
back.
it, but it would be
Yeah.
cool to see. I think they did. That was such a good fucking episode. But no, I don't think that we'll be seeing her again.
I kind of want to add Clint Howard as just a character. I don't think his character will return, but he was Commander Buck Martinez. I think he was in that flashback episode with Mabenga in the Klingon War. But Clint Howard has been in so many freaking Star Treks. It would be great if he comes back again, but he already made his appearance. So I don't think we'll come back.
Didn't everybody that I mean, I thought Mbenga was like
You
one of
might,
the few survivors of that group.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Like I said, anyway, Savet, to Pring's father. I don't think he's
Oh
going
no,
back.
he was funny, but nah.
Yeah. To Pring's mother, for that case, I don't think either of them
Also,
are coming
no.
back. Yeah. Let me see. Q, John Delancey. There's no way he's coming back.
No, I mean he technically wasn't there to begin with. Honestly, I still do not believe that
He
that was
technically wasn't there to
that
begin
was
with.
Trelane,
Yep.
but I don't necessarily buy into the fact that Trelane and his group are Q. So I would like that to be the case, but it does. I'm not convinced based on the canon that we've seen that John Delancey cameo was a cameo, not meant to imply that that
Right.
was the Q.
Patton
in my
Oswalt's character, Doug. It was
I
his name
would
was Doug
love
the Vulcan.
that. Was fantastic. The Vulcan obsessed with
That was
humans.
the only good thing about that episode.
I think that he was. When you worry about casting cameos like that. When it's like, okay, great, is this gonna be a little bit too? And it was fucking perfect. And Patton Oswalt and the actor who plays Spock, I am so bad at actor names, were just absolutely hysterical
Mhm.
and perfect in that scene. Um, but no, I doubt we'll see him again.
Yeah.
It was pretty rare for Una to have seen him at all. Although
Mhm.
they did seem to rekindle their relationship, at least for that visit.
For
So,
one weekend.
so who knows? It's possible.
What about Ston? He was in only one episode, but Ston, he's the one that T'Pring eventually, in TOS.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty
He's the
sure
Vulcan.
that whole group to Pring and her parents and this guy, like they are all tied up as okay, we visited them enough in seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then in season 3, she said, okay, Spock, get fucked.
Yeah, we need a
I
break.
clicked it off. So she might be
That would
mentioned. She might show up in a cameo briefly and like sending messages, but honestly, I doubt it. I think it'd be better off if they left it.
yeah. So this character, Ensign Shakar, he was pretty much a new background character in the last season. I added him to the roster last season. He didn't do much at all. He was barely, I don't think he even had any speaking roles, or if he did, they were really short. But it's funny, I just realized, like, I did not like this guy. He was on screen, and I was just like, man, fuck this guy. I couldn't remember why. I didn't realize
Well,
why.
fuck him. Get him off the roster.
Yeah, he's got. Well, no, I realized. I'm now looking at his IMDb profile. He played one of the UN Navy officers on The Expanse. He was a dick. We're gonna get to that episode eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy. It was like, man, fuck this guy. He's a bootlicking prick. It's like, oh,
Well,
now I know why I didn't like Shakar.
yeah.
Anyway, okay, well that's just funny. We'll get to that episode eventually. I think that's pretty much, yeah, that's a pretty good guest star roster.
Yeah.
I can't really see anyone else. Oh, the little girl they rescued on the Aliens episode, the one she was basically Newt.
Right.
She was actually in 2 episodes, which is weird for a character that was just a guest star. Like, I wondered maybe if they were hinting at maybe she'll have a bigger role. Oh, let me find her. What's her name? Oriana. What do we think? Should I add her to the list, or? She was in 2 episodes, so. But then again, so was Ensign
I think
Shakar.
that is an outlier, but also no. I think maybe they just did again. They needed a cameo for the character to come in, and so they booked it for 2. They did the shots on the same day.
Yeah.
You know,
And
that's just
okay.
my guess.
And finally, this character, I don't remember exactly what happened to him. He's pretty much dead. Ensign Gamble. This guy, the
Isn't
red
that-
shirt of last season.
Yeah. Is he actually dead or not?
I don't remember. I just remember he gouged his fucking eyeballs out. So,
Oh.
yeah. I don't know. I'll
Yeah,
throw
I'm
him on
gonna
the
say
list anyway,
no.
because you never know.
I mean, maybe we'll see him with a visor. That'd be funny.
That would be dope. Yeah. Well, that about wraps it up. So I've oh, Beto. Ortegas's, he was in 4 episodes last season.
He was.
Yeah. There's more they could do with him, I guess, you know, because he's a Starfleet reporter.
Yeah, they definitely. I wouldn't be. I think he would probably end up in at least 1 or 2 episodes this season.
I'll add him to the list.
I think it's totally possible he'll end up in none. I think
Yeah.
that's on the table. And it's also possible that he ends up in 3 to 4.
Mhm.
But I would say I
That's
would guess
well, that's
1
the
to
great
2.
thing about the fantasy league, man. You never know what the hell's gonna happen. So.
Well, and that's the thing, like for us, because we can't win it. So I think for us, we get to guess our likely, like how often this character will impact the league. That would be a fun bet for us to go on.
And oh man, every fucking season there's always an unexpected character that pops up that everyone's like, oh, I want to add this person to my list. I'm like, God damn it. So, you know.
It works that way, guys. Surprise guests cannot be predicted and therefore can't be in the league.
Yeah.
They can be in the league next year. Just how it goes. Gotta have rules. Otherwise, society falls into chaos. Okay, so that's what we think about season 4 coming up. Obviously, we'll try and get Victor will try and get the fantasy league up and running so that we can.
I will. It's still.
possible.
It's actually. We got the website up. All I need to do is go in and just make a few
edit the
adjustments.
roster and stuff.
Yeah,
We gotta also. I think we should go over the rules before we launch it. But that's a whole other. That'll be a whole other video.
Also, can you believe this? So, the fucking Jafar, one of my co-hosts on another podcast I do, He's running the technical stuff, doing the IT of the whole thing.
Nice.
We fucking forgot to renew the URL for StarTrekFantasyLeague.com.
And somebody
And
bought it.
somebody bought it, and I haven't done shit with it. It's just sitting there. So it's like, fuck. So,
And then if you reach out to buy it from them, they're gonna seriously upcharge you.
$9,000. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
some shit.
people need to understand that it's not even a person. Somebody has a bot that goes through
It's a
and
bot,
checks registered
absolutely.
names,
Yeah.
and they continuously check on those after their expiration dates, and then they just buy them.
Yeah, and hold it
You are the
hostage.
third person this year to tell me about this.
Really? Wow.
Oh yeah, it is
Oh, fuck.
a consistent practice for at least the last 5 to 6 years, I would say.
If I had a time machine, that's what I would do. Is I would go back to when URL registrations first became a thing, and I would buy up all of them and hold them hostage from Microsoft, from AOL, Nike, Ferrari,
Yep.
you know, all the fucking everything. I
Yep.
would buy them all for pennies and be like, "Come on, bitches, pay me my money."
Absolutely, dude.
That's what I would do, man. That's what I would
So,
do if I was
if you guys out
evil
there
time
have a
traveler.
website, make sure you get it fucking renewed on time.
Yeah. So instead,
That's
what I'm
what
going to
I'm
have to do is
saying.
just direct everyone to my Facebook page, to facebook.com/Dominion Media TV. Go there and just follow the link to the sites.google.com/Star Trek
Have you gone into one, you can contact the person who owns it. 2, you can always set up a .net or a .org or something like that instead. There are other domains that you can use.
You know what? I will reach out to Jafar and let him know. See
You
if
can
we got
Star
the
Trek Fantasy League .net.
.net.
I don't know what the fuck.
.org?
There's plenty of other things.
Can we buy a .org, or are there still special rules for that?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know that .net is available. You could use.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of other new domains that you could use too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, gang, thank you for
wraps it up.
joining us.
Thanks for staying around for our fucking chaos.
If you're still watching, we very much appreciate you. Make sure you're subscribed. Ring the bell for notifications. Hit the like button if you find us entertaining. And we shall see you next time.
Say goodbye, Daisy.
I'm Tiger Mike, and this is DMTVictor saying adios. And
Hey,
Daisy.
hold on. Let me get the paw. Get the